What's up, y'all? Today is a Monday, and I just wanted to talk to you, to me, about life, man. It's very interesting. I am in a space where I know that I don't know. And that's a weird space to be in, because adulthood makes you think, feel, believe like you should have it all together. But adulthood is a second puberty. Like, in a couple weeks, I'm turning 27 years old. And when I think about it, I've only been an adult for like 6 years. So when you put it into that perspective, I think it's easier to give yourself more grace. Like, oh, dang, we all just figuring it out. Because we are. We are. It's just varying degrees of how much you've figured out and how much you have left to figure out. You know, so if you see somebody that's 33 and you're 25, they've had 8 more years to figure out whatever it is that they need in order for their life to be what they want it to be. And it's like, you can't expect somebody else's training, somebody else's ingredients to dictate and impact your life, because it's like y'all don't have the same experience. Like, they're trying to bake a pound cake and you're trying to bake a red velvet cake. The ingredients are not going to be the same. And I think with social media, that doesn't help. It doesn't help, because you're looking at other people's process to bake whatever it is that they're trying to bake, but you're trying to take, and you're forgetting that the ingredients that they're requiring, and also the amount of time it takes to bake whatever it is that they're trying to bake, you're losing sight of that. It's like, okay, with a pound cake, it may take 3 hours to bake, whereas with a red velvet cake, it may take 5. So it's like you're looking at a process and hoping that what you've watched applies to you, and it doesn't always work that way. And I guess the moral of it is, you gotta run your own race, man. You gotta run your own race. You gotta stay in your lane, because there's no traffic in that lane. Like, every time I think of this analogy, I think about the HOV lane. And it's like, you can only be in that lane if you have 2 or more people with you. You know? So, whoever those 2 or more people are, like, you got to get in that lane and be that. Because it's like, when you're thinking about your journey and the destination, it's like you can't get there by yourself. Like, it's crazy. Life is like a road trip, for real. And you can't get to your journey by yourself. Because if you go on a road trip, you can't drive. And so if you're going on a road trip from, let's say, Cali to New Mexico, I don't know how many hours that is, but you can't drive. Actually, let's go somewhere farther, because you might be able to drive that in one trip. Let's say you're going from Cali to North Carolina, and you're driving. You just want to go on a road trip for whatever reason. That is, I'm sure, a 50-plus hour road trip to get to North Carolina from California. And you can't expect yourself to be able to drive that whole thing. So you need your 2 to 3 people HOV situation. And that's your support system. That's your team to mind the gap, to step in where you fall short. Like, you need somebody like that. You need people like that. And it's like, man, that's a crazy but beautiful way to look at life. It's a road trip. And you need to figure out who you want to be in the van with you. Who you, no pun intended, who you want to go on this journey with you. And it's so interesting because even talking about the journey, that's the best part. Wow. Shout out to her. I'm out here, no pun intended. Dots are connecting and I'm not even trying. But that is the best part, is the journey. We get so caught up in the destination, but it's like, you have to remember what it took to get there. And I got this fork because I have food right here. But it's just so much that's like spilling out right now that I got to share. And it's also crazy because I just had a conversation with my mentor and he was like, we were talking about my prophet and pastor of the church that I go to, Prophet Lovey. And we were talking about his work ethic and that it's instinctual, it's in him. Like, if he doesn't talk about God, if he doesn't reveal the mysteries that God allows him to reveal, it eats away at him, it burns him not doing that. And my mentor ended up asking me, he was like, do you have anything that you feel like if you don't do it, like it just eat away at you? And I think this is going to be that thing. I have to share the thoughts that I'm dealing with, I'm grappling. Because I always talk about authenticity, but I haven't been sharing that. And that's a gift of mine, I know, with what I've been able to accomplish so far and what I'm feeling now. Me sharing this could really break open some doors, not just for me, but for other people who are feeling that same way. So, but yeah, it's just so interesting, man. It's a Monday. It's like 2 in the afternoon in Cali. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, what am I doing? What's going on? And it's like I don't have the answers to those questions. But I know that even though I don't have the answers to the questions, I'm still showing up hoping to learn something new. So that when that question gets asked again, that I have an answer, or I'm closer to an answer, as opposed to just being like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's the space I'm in, man. It's like I'm trying to figure things out again. You know, I feel like I'm at like step 1. The best way to put it is, I'm on a new dimension, but I'm starting at level 1. So you know how like you got different chapters in a video game, but there's a beginning and end to each chapter? I feel like I'm at the beginning. I'm about to be, if I'm not already at the beginning of a new chapter. Chapter 27 is about to come, and I feel like I'm at the beginning again. What I thought I knew, I don't know. And what I didn't know, I'm learning. And that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah. I hope this helps. Me, at least. Something that I can go back and watch and be like, dang, that was good. And this could be like my little journal. Because I don't really write. Like pen to paper. My hand be hurting, I ain't gonna lie. Who writes nowadays? It's really bad, but I think I have so many thoughts that are waiting to be released. And me trying to write it out, it's gonna take too long. So why not talk it out? And then maybe transcribe it later. It might be cool, actually. So yeah. Yeah, I hope this helped somebody. I know it'll probably help me in the future when I go back and watch it. Yeah.